We are waiting for people to take showers and get gas and, you know, waste time basically. And we're going to go to a swap meet. Look behind me, it's a swap meet. And Mumu is waiting patiently. Aren't you, Mumu? Where'd you get that?
Carolyn.
Oh,
Thanks, Carolyn.
it's cute.
Well, the sun will dry now. Makes it brittle eventually. But these are UV stable, so you know, I'd get 10.
That was not much of a swap meet. The only cute things I saw were those flags and the campfire one with the roasting marshmallows. Pretty cool. And now we're in Lake Havasu, and I'm gonna go for a hike up in those mountains there. Good morning from Lake Havasu. It's a windy, kind of cold morning. It actually rained just a little bit. We've been up here for a couple of days and it's beautiful. And I've been enjoying the hiking, and the mountains are just incredible up here. And you can see Lake Havasu, the actual lake, not the town. And you can see the town. It's really nice, but the problem is that most people are not getting any cell service or internet service up here. We're just a little too blocked in, I guess, a little too high, I don't know. And also the other thing is that I think we're over 3 miles up the canyon, and then once you get down through the canyon back to the road, it's another few miles back to the town, you know, if you need to get something from the store or whatever. It's just a long trip, and people don't want to do it, and so we've decided that we're going to move down the canyon closer to the highway. Yeah, I think it just makes sense. Hopefully it'll still be quiet, and I know it's still pretty down there. We drove through it, and hopefully the cell service will be much better. So here we go. I don't know if this comes across quite as beautiful as it is, but we're coming down the canyon right now, and it is just gorgeous. Today I am recommitting to healthy eating. I started doing a keto type diet the same time that Carolyn did. We sort of did it together. But I quickly fell off. I did it for, I think, a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks. And I lost, I think, about 10 pounds, which is good. You know, my clothes fit a little better. And then over the last few weeks, it's just slowly crept back on, like it always does, right? So, you know, and really eating this way, it's not for me just about losing weight, although, you know, fitting into my clothes makes me feel great. But it's really just because I want to be healthy. And I'm, you know, in my 40s now. And, you know, this is when people start falling apart. I don't want all those issues that, you know, a lot of people have approaching 50s. So, start eating healthy now, right? You know, and actually, even when I'm not, you know, dieting, I eat pretty healthy. I love vegetables and fruit and I generally eat very healthy. I just eat too much. And I eat things that I shouldn't eat on top of all my healthy eating, you know. So on top of eating really good food, I eat some not so good food on top of that. So take a look to see what I bought at the grocery store. So basically, I'm just going to be eating vegetables for the most part. Got some broccoli, zucchini, lemon, avocado, celery, cauliflower, onion, radish, lettuce, and then I have a brand new bottle of organic olive oil, which this comes from Aldi. If you're not familiar with Aldi, they are spreading all around the West Coast right now, and it's a great store. They have so many organic and unusual options. You know, it's kind of similar to Trader Joe's, but it's a little more basic. But they have lots of great options, and it's really inexpensive. So check out Aldi. Aldi's been in the Midwest and on the East Coast for, you know, since I was a little kid, and maybe even earlier than that. But I grew up, you know, going to Aldi. And just recently, I think within the last 5 years, they're spreading on the West Coast too. So check Aldi out. And then I have coconut oil. This is one I've had for a while from Thrive Market. So on top of these yummy things, well, oh, and also I have Happy Eggs. These are pastured eggs, not pasteurized. They're pastured. So they're raised, the chickens are raised on pasture. They eat just like the picture here. They peck at the ground and eat bugs and roots and just what they're supposed to do. They're not kept in cages and fed corn and soy products, which is disgusting. These you can get at a few different grocery stores, but Walmart does carry the Happy Egg. Not at every single location, but a lot of them I found do have these. So I'm not going to commit to doing the Keto diet or the Paleo diet or the Atkins diet or any other diet. The problem with them is sustainability. It's very hard to stick on those diets. People do it, and if you're one of them, then more power to you. I can get on a diet and do great and lose tons of weight, and then I want to eat carbs again, so, or, you know, whatever, and it comes back, you know, 10 times as fast, the weight. So rather than focus on losing weight, I'm going to focus on being healthy. I'm also going to have cheat meals. I'm not going to schedule them or anything. They're not going to be like one specific day of the week. But I think I'm going to allow myself one meal a week where I either go out with the tribe and have breakfast, you know, and maybe eat a little differently than I do day to day. Or, you know, we do group dinners and things. And it's not, for me, it's not as much about the food, but it's just about the experience and coming together and eating, you know, together. It's a nice thing. So it's a bonding thing. So I will be doing that still. But, you know, my day-to-day, I'm going to be eating really cleanly, or at least in my eyes clean. And we'll see how it goes. So for my first meal on my new healthy living plan, I'm cooking up some very thinly sliced onion in a little bit of olive oil. So I'm also going to add spinach. You know, spinach, obviously it cooks down. So if you fill this thing up, it's gonna cook down to a pretty small amount. I like to use my hands while cooking. Did I actually say what I was making? I don't think I did. I'm making a Mediterranean-inspired scramble, I guess. I sliced up some olives and some marinated artichoke hearts, and I'm going to just dump those into the spinach, the wilting spinach. Those are going to add quite a bit of salt to the dish, so I probably won't add any more salt to it. You know, obviously olives have a ton of salt. And the artichokes, the marinated artichokes, do have a decent amount of salt too. So I may just put like a tiny sprinkle of sea salt on the eggs. But other than that, I'm not going to salt this dish. And you don't need to cook the olives or the artichoke hearts. Just need to warm them a little before you put the eggs in. So I did season it up a little with some black pepper and some garlic powder. And I'm also going to put just a little squeeze of lemon in here. I like the acidity. You could also put a little bit of apple cider vinegar if you want. Check out how beautiful the yolks are from those happy pasture-raised eggs. They're so much darker than the cheap eggs that you buy, and I think it means that it has more nutrition too, and they taste better. So I'm just going to scramble this in. If you wanted to make an omelet, you could. Omelets are a little trickier. I do make omelets sometimes, but a nice hearty scramble, it's just so much easier, and it tastes the same. It's just the presentation obviously suffers. So this is not the most beautiful breakfast I've ever made, but it's healthy and it's going to be delicious. I also sliced up a radish, because why not? And I drizzled a little extra olive oil over the top. It's important to get that good fat in your diet. Extra virgin olive oil. Mediterranean scramble. Yum. So that's really tasty. I ended up not putting any more salt in the dish. I think it's just fine the way it is with the olives and the marinated artichokes. And yeah, it's really good. So there's plenty of fiber and lots of protein and a good amount of healthy fat. So if you wanted a little extra zing, I would add some red chili flakes to the pan. But it didn't really need it. It's delicious. What are you having for breakfast?